So what does the vision mean for you? And what does the vision mean for me? Maybe when I explain what the vision means for me, you can understand how the vision may pertain to you. So it's been a good minute now since the vision, 1966, and the second vision in 2011. I think over the course of time, we've realized that our mission isn't to retain the vision, to keep this thing how it is. Our mission is to use what was there, those building blocks, those fundamentals, and build on them. And so what the vision means for me is looking at the kingdom and seeing how can I make this thing better? In what way can I improve this thing? And I think that was the ultimate goal that Abba Gadol set out to do, which was one, to give people that Yamai to discern. Because if you can discern, you won't see the path set out for you if you can't determine which path is which. The ability to discern it's like a superpower, I guess, to be able to look into the future and think this road leads to this angle, this road leads to that angle. And by the way, it's not that hard when you have the Yamai, because you realize there's only two roads, there's only two end destinations, one that is life-giving and one that is death-giving. And the oversimplification of it, because there's things along the way and some of them might intertwine a little bit. If it intertwines too much, you're probably on the wrong road. And so, what you have to do is see in what way can I make this thing better. And I've chosen going about the technical or the technological, more so, aspect of the community, looking at digital currencies and how we can take things online and I guess spread the word and the things that we do to a larger audience, because I think people are, hungry for the truth. Like people say, I was watching the Malcolm X movie last night again. Well, actually, I don't think I ever watched it. Yeah, I didn't watch it, so it was the first time I watched it. Like, yo, Denzel could play that movie, man. But he was talking about spreading the word, and a lot of those things resonated with me. Even though I don't believe in, I'm not a Muslim, but I do believe that Muhammad and the boys was prophets and they did their thing. And I think the more I read it, the more I listened to the dialogue there, the more I saw the similarities. It was almost like distant relatives to some degree, where it's we both had the same knowledge, but based on our life experiences, we both went like this. Because, your environment and your experiences, they definitely have an effect on you. But back to the vision, I think we all have to take that individual responsibility to make the vision, to take the vision to the next level. To see how can we make this thing better. We're not looking for the Abba Gadol effect or the Jesus effect of one person bears all the burdens. That's not what we're doing, and we can't do that, because then what? I've always found it interesting how people like Rofe Yehoshua and Nasik Emmanuel, these are the people that's holding the kingdom on their shoulders. This is just a few examples. Don't let it be, they don't eat. No, that's not what I'm saying. These are just a few examples of people that I've noticed that bear a lot of the burdens in their ministries and so on. And people don't like to think like this, but I have to think like this. What happens if something happens to Rofe Yehoshua? Chas v'chalila, something happens to him, then what? We have no systems in place to, if something happens. And again, that's a monster people don't want to look at, but that's a monster I have to look at. And so as the person who has to look at those type of monsters, well, it's my job to prevent those type of things from happening. So I guess my mission and pushing the vision forward the way I believe Abu Ghidal would have wanted is we create systems around each entity and around each ministry. That way we bring up the youth from a young age and ask, okay, be a part of this, be a part of that, part of this. They say, oh, be a part of that. All right, here's how you matriculate through that, so you have a deep understanding of what it is that we do, what our mission is, and now you get to see how you can make this thing better, how you can push it forward. Because I don't think I have the answers for the kingdom 50 years from now, or let's say the kingdom 100 years from now, maybe 50 years, you know, I'm a smart guy. But also I'm not old, so I might be around, I will be around in the next 50 or something years. 100, I don't know if I want to be around the next 100 years. These guys are crazy. But it's creating a system so somebody can come under me and be able to see, okay, this is what Leo is doing. How can I take this thing forward? How can I take this thing to the next level? Okay, this is what Ezekiel is doing. How can I take this thing to the next level? This is what Emmanuel, Gamaliel, these are just some of my boys. How can we take these things to the next level? But we have to put systems in place for that. So my goal, my mission is to go through all the aspects of the kingdom. Put something there that is ready for the next generation to matriculate through and push this thing forward. And so that's just me. And I'm that kind of person. I'm methodical, a little ridiculous, little crackhead. But what's your, how are you gonna take the vision forward? How are you gonna push the kingdom? It's your kingdom, and I think that's what it is. I think we have to understand that the kingdom isn't Nasik Emmanuel. Use him as an example. Again, it isn't Nasik Emmanuel. It is a Prince Emmanuel. It's not. He's a part of the whole, but it's just as much yours as it is mine, as it is his, as it is hers. Because if we all don't work together, we'll have nothing. We'll be kings of the desert. What's that worth? That's not worth giving to somebody. And I keep having these vivid, weird dreams about like the kingdom in like 50 years. Always waking me up, really weird. And I'm not a dreams guy. That sounded weird. I don't interpret dreams and stuff like that. So I just wake up and be like, that was strange. And then I go to work. So it's always something on my mind about what do we like. I don't want to I don't want to tell my children what the kingdom was. What kingdom was this? I don't want to do that. And I don't think a lot of people want to do that. I think that's a fear a lot of people have, but not enough people are either willing or what. Regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstances, this needs to get done. And I think it's gonna be hard. You're seeing so many people, dying, getting sick, and you realizing that this old guard and the kingdom that was is slowly fading away. And the question to the individual, to anybody who might watch this in the future, I don't know, I have 0 subscribers. But to anybody who might ever see this, the question is, okay, what is the kingdom? What's the kingdom now? And the better question is, what will we make the kingdom be in this future? The future's tomorrow, the future's next week, the future's next year, 50 years. That's the future. But we have this opportunity right now to do something. So what are we doing? How can you take the vision forward? We're not waiting on some guy to come out of the sky. We're not waiting to die to get to heaven and get the playbook and then come back. Because personally, I haven't seen anybody do that, so I can't really put my money on that bet. But we have to create heaven on earth. But we have to create a system around maintaining heaven on earth. It's not enough to make it. We made it. How do we maintain it? How do we grow it? How do we push things to that new level? And maybe some of the things that I say might be a little bit off, but I'm a very systematic person. I believe in systems. I believe systems keep people not in place, but it keeps things in flow. Nature operates on systems. The universe operates on systems. The sun doesn't decide it's going to start shining at 2 p.m. It doesn't. There's a system in place. We have to be in sync with our own systems that are in accordance with Yah, nature, and therefore the universe. I heard one of my friends say last night, she said, nature is just a personal experience of the universe. And I thought, that's good. But we have to be in accordance with that. And we have to push that vision forward. We don't all have to, our goal isn't to maintain. It isn't to keep close the thing that Abu Ghadal said and that's it. No. It's to look at that and go, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And then also going, okay, how can I take this? How can I take this forward? How can I take this further? I don't believe Abu Ghadal gave us the recipe so we can look at the one cake he baked. No, he gave us the recipe so we can bake more cakes. Maybe we can open a bakery. Maybe one over here, one over there, one over there. We can show other people like, yo, you can actually make bread in Kenya without milk and eggs. Funny thing ever, man. These people here, you go to a restaurant, ask them, hi, can I get some bread? And like, oh, the bread has eggs and milk. It's like, oh, you can make it without. And they're like, that's impossible. The lady told me to make a pancake. She was like, that's impossible. You can't make a pancake without like cow's milk. I was like, that's, you want to bet? You want to bet? I'll bet you. I'll bet you right now. I actually wanted to go home, bake one, bring your bag, sit on the table, and just leave. I'm just saying nothing, just leave. But you see, like, people just don't know. And so maybe part of pushing the vision forward is just like letting people know, hey, there's this alternative out here. Alternative living. That's really all it is. It's just showing people, if you're looking for this, hey, here's a great first step. But we have to do that through pushing the vision forward. The vision was the starting point. The vision was the idea. And Abu Ghadal planted the idea in us. And that's what it was. I was born into the kingdom, born and raised, love it, no regrets. But we have to push this thing forward. We can't be so focused on keeping something alive that we let the future die. We keeping the past alive and letting the future die. That would be the exact opposite of what Abu Ghadal taught us. Because he taught us how to build, how to grow, how to think. And I think if you can build, grow, and think, you have the foundation, you have the materials, you have everything you need to take things to the next level and teach people how to do it also. Anyway, y'all, have a blessed day. And like I said, I don't know who's ever gonna see this, but think, how can you push the kingdom forward? Y'all,